Mark Wahlberg turning the detonator, and then boom! What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching The Road to TF5. This is Webster's. We're talking about Transformers last night. This is episode number 130. And the very first thing that I would like to do is wish a very special happy birthday shout out to Mud Shafiq Hamka. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a good one. Thank you for being part of the Ragin Nation. I appreciate all your support. Now, in this episode, what we're going to talk about is that brand new Transformers last night extended TV spot that was shown during the Kids' Choice Awards. Now, I originally wasn't planning to talk about it until tomorrow on Monday because I wanted to relax this Sunday, but a lot of people have been requesting for the review analysis, so I decided, what the heck, let's talk about it while it's still fresh in everybody's minds. So the Kids' Choice Awards was a pretty big deal. They showed us a clip and also an extended TV spot. And I didn't know what to expect. I thought we were just going to get shown a sizzle reel, but we got a full-on 1-minute clip. And it was a clip from the movie, and it introduced us to the kids, and also it introduced us to a new Autobot character that was hiding from TRF. Also, we got an extended TV spot, which showed a lot of brand new footage. And that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. In this episode, I'm going to do a shot-for-shot review analysis of the extended TV spot that was shown during the Kids' Choice Awards. So let's talk about it. Alright, now there is no official HD version from Paramount Pictures, and so what we have to go with is the ones that were recorded off the TV or the ones that were PVR'd and then uploaded to YouTube. And a lot of them are just not in full-on sharp high definition, so we're just gonna have to go with what we got. Alright? So here we go. Let's just take a look at the first shot, which we've seen before, which is the stadium, which is all ruined. The kids are walking through it, and they were saying that, I don't think we should be in here. And then we get a shot of Benjamin Flores Jr. saying that, you know, we're kids, we can do whatever we want, right? And then we get to see that there are, how many kids? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's Isabella Moner. And then in the next shot, okay, now this totally threw me off. In the Super Bowl Mini Dinobots special video, we got to see what the Mini Dinobots look like. At least, like a representation of them. I was telling myself that this could not possibly be what the Mini Dinobots actually look like. There's no freaking way. And guess what? We see Isabella Moner napping with a mini slug. A mini, is that Slash or Grimlock? I'm going to say Slash. And then in the back, you see Mini Strafe. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the first disappointing thing that I found out about Transformers last night. That the Mini Dinobots are actually really, really like cutesy, like silly looking versions of the Dinobots. Like, how do you go from a cute looking face sculpt, like a head sculpt, to a very, really vicious looking Dinobot that we saw in Transformers Age of Extinction? Anyways, I'm really curious how they're going to explain this. This is going to be a good one. So we get to see Isabella Moner's character, and it looks like she lives out of a junkyard. Now here is this Autobot that is hiding from TRF that we got saw in the clip. And then it gets shot down. It gets shot down at the Detroit Packard plant. Like, it was hiding, like helping like hide the kids, and then, you know, they think they're safe, but then a projectile gets launched in his direction and he gets shot. And it looks like he bites the dust. It's a pretty destructive hit. And then Isabella Moner appears to know this character, this Autobot character. She seems to be friends with a lot of Autobots, Squeaks, and now Canopy. She said, "Come on, Canopy, wake up, Canopy!" And now we learned that this character's name is Canopy, and it's a friendly. But it looks like that he's going to be a character that doesn't make it. Okay, you see a lot of stunt work that she's doing rolls, sliding through like a train, and then she's running, and then, wow, this is a crazy scene. Her and Mark Wahlberg are running from a Decepticon attack. This appears to be taking place in a small town, and Decepticons are flipping cars trying to get at them. Now, this is a peaceful scene. This is a scene where a shot where Isabella Moner is in the junkyard where I guess she lives, and she has her Autobot buddy, Squeaks, and nobody's attacking them right now. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know when Cade Yeager meets Isabella Moner, but it could be Cade Yeager works in a junkyard and then Isabella Moner is his employee. I don't know. Or maybe they just meet each other along the way during the run from Decepticons. Now, take a look at the shot. This is the first time that we see Jerrod Carmichael's character. He's somewhere in the back. I just don't have a clue how his character is related and what purpose he serves, but we'll find out soon. This is our very first shot of Isabella Moner and Bumblebee and Crosshairs sharing the same scene together. And there's Crosshairs, just exactly how we know him. Bumblebee has a couple of changes made to him, as we already know just from looking at all the CG renders and also the toys. Now, this is very interesting. Going back to that scene where Isabella Moner, the kids are running from the TRF sentries, she is shown swinging some kind of thing around, okay? Now, if you take a closer look, you see that these two bottles of green liquid are on this carabiners, and she's swinging them. And I originally thought that they were liquefied energon that was I guess hidden or like somewhere in the Detroit Packer plant. That's why there's a big TRF sign that says "Do not enter restricted area." I actually thought that the kids are there to recover or obtain the liquid energon, right? But it appears in this scene, she's either doing one of two things. She's either swinging it to toss it as precious materials to somebody else, or she's swinging it because she's about to throw it as an explosive device. Like she's going to throw it, the impact is going to make it explode. Maybe that's what's really going on, because based on the next shot, she throws it, and then there are explosions in this scene where you see these TRF sentries. Now let's take a look at the scene. We see Isabella Moner right on this raised platform area. This is like the train tracks of the train, and then we see one TRF sentry shooting another TRF sentry. How does that happen? Like, how on earth does that happen? There's got to be something that's distracting it that makes it want to shoot the other sentry. I have no idea how that happened, but I cannot clearly make out if Isabella Moner truly threw that green liquid as an explosive device at the TRF sentries. So I don't know. Now, we've seen this shot before. This is when the kids are running away from the sentry. Squeaks appears to be also part of that scene because he's rolling about. And this scene is pretty crazy. This is where Megatron has Squeaks captive, and then Isabella Moner's yelling at him, "Put him down!" And I really love the next shot that follows. The way she's walking confidently at the Decepticons, not with no fear. And then he goes, "I'm not afraid of you." I really love that. For some reason, it gave me goosebumps. Just because, you know, it's just so different from what we're used to seeing, and I just love that show of courage. Now, this shot is very, very interesting because we are seeing the Decepticons all together in one scene for the very first time in a somewhat clear representation of them. There are 5 Decepticons here. There's Megatron, and there's 4 more Decepticons. 1, 2, 3, and 4. One of them is actually hidden in front of Isabella Moner. You can see that character very, very briefly. It's a very, very short scene. But of course, we were shown 4 different Decepticons: Onslaught, Hooligan, Mohawk, and Barricade. I don't know which is which, but I'm gonna go with the assumption that the biggest guy, which has got the guy on the right, is Onslaught. So I don't know for sure, but let's just go with that for now. And what happens next is Mark Wahlberg turning the detonator, and then boom! It looks like they set a trap for the Decepticons, which shows that the good humans are fighting back. So that's pretty cool. And this is where Isabella Moner, or Mark Wahlberg, rushes to Isabella Moner, making sure that she's away from danger. Now, this is fantastic. This is a great shot. This is... Okay, you know how they said that they're taking inspiration from the cartoons, the previous movies, and also the comic books? This is straight out of Transformers Prime. You look at the, you listen to the dialogue in this TV spot, and you get to really know Isabella Moner's character. She's basically a representation of Miko from Transformers Prime, and Hound is like Bulkhead. Back in Age of Extinction, when Age of Extinction came out or during production, I always thought of Hound as a representation of Bulkhead. Like, it's basically Hound and Bulkhead combined together, and now you get Hound. This, like, the movie version of Hound. And you look at the way he looks, and this is straight up Bulkhead. And with Isabella on his shoulder, that's Bulkhead and Miko. So basically, this is the live action representation of Miko and Bulkhead. So that's very, very cool. This gets me really, really excited because I love Transformers Prime. It was awesome. Okay, here's Squeaks rolling out. I'm not sure if this is at the junkyard or the Packard plant, but he seems to be involved in that scene. And I'm just thinking, is this the fastest that he can roll out? Because if that's the fastest he can roll out, then it's no wonder that Megatron was able to capture him. He's got to go faster. I'm thinking that maybe when he's a Vespa, that's when he's actually much faster. But I wonder if he actually does turn into a Vespa, or if he has a hard time transforming in the entire film. Okay, now this is a very, very curious shot. Mark Wahlberg and Laura Haddock's character, I think her name is Victoria, I think. They're inside, I believe this is an underwater Cybertronian vessel. Look around. Knight, or at least a knight statue. They're holding the swords just like that. They're in some kind of chamber, and this whole concept of Cybertronian knights is a pretty big deal because they're down here in this underwater thing, and it holds the statue of the knights. We've seen this scene before in a still, and there are the knights in the background once again. And we've seen these shots. Now here's Grimlock in the junkyard, and he appears to be tame. The humans managed to tame him. What is he doing there? How on earth did he go from China all the way to Arizona? This is a junkyard in Arizona, and he's munching on cars. Mark Wahlberg says, "Hey, turn around, what do you got in your mouth?" And then Grimlock goes, "Her cruiser." You can barely make it out. It's supposed to be a funny scene because you see Isabella Moner laughing, and it's basically a representation of something as wild as Grimlock, like having some sort of relationship with the humans. And then he spits out the vehicle, and then there you have it. That is the end of the extended TV spot. I don't know about y'all, but I am pumped. This extended TV spot has got me so excited for Transformers Last Night. I cannot wait till it comes out. I love so many things about what we saw. Every time they show new robots, I'm like, whoa! And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen my reaction videos because my mind was blown. Now, I'll be completely honest. There is really just one thing that I didn't really like about this, and that was how the mini Dinobots were represented. When Mark Wahlberg first talked about the mini Dinobots for the very, very first time last year, I was like, what? Okay, that's a little bit weird. And then there was that Super Bowl mini Dinobots thing, that video that was shown on YouTube, and I was like, okay, I really hope that the mini Dinobots don't look like that because that's a little bit too cute. And now we see it on the extended TV spot, and I was like, what? Are you serious? So my big question is, do they serve a bigger purpose other than just looking cute? Seriously. And also, where did it come from? Like, what are they? What are their origins? Did Strafe and Grimlock and Slug give birth or something? Like, why did they even exist? I hope this is all explained. Because right now, I'm like, Like, what the heck? Anyways, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Thank you for watching my review analysis of the Transformers Last Night Kids' Choice Awards exclusive extended TV spot. Now, for the rest of this episode, I would like to clear up some confusion. Now, this is regarding the extended TV spot, and in episode 127, I answered the question of when is the next Transformers Last Night trailer going to be released, and my answer was late April to mid-May. Because based on the previous 4 films, that's when they have released the final trailers. There's only one final trailer left, as far as I know. But what we saw was not a trailer. What we saw was an extended TV spot. The key word is TV spot. Paramount Pictures or any movie studio has to purchase an ad spot or ad space during a television program. That's why it's called a TV spot. There are 3 types, as far as I know: 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and an extended TV spot, which is anywhere between 45 seconds to a minute. What we got was a minute-long extended TV spot shown during television programming. Now, a studio like Paramount Pictures would purchase a minute worth of ad space or a minute-long TV spot because they know that the Kids' Choice Awards has the same demographic as their film, Transformers Last Night. Therefore, they would want to spend a little bit more money to market the hell out of their film. Now, to give you an idea of how much a Kids' Choice Awards extended TV spot could cost Paramount Pictures, let's look at Super Bowl. Super Bowl, for 30 seconds, cost $5 million. That's a lot of money to be spent. Now, I'm not saying Kids' Choice Awards is anywhere near as big as Super Bowl. Super Bowl is obviously huge, but it gives you an idea of how much Paramount Pictures could have possibly spent for a 1-minute TV spot during the Kids' Choice Awards. So what we got was an extended TV spot. It's not a movie trailer. I just want to clear up that confusion. A movie trailer is called a movie trailer because it trails right before the movie. Every time when you watch a movie and right before the movie, when you're watching it on the big screen, you get movie trailers. And also, trailers are shown online. The reason why they're shown online is because it's so much cheaper to market 2.5 minutes worth of material on YouTube or on the internet. Paying for 2.5 minutes on TV is a lot of money. The only time you would ever see a full-length movie trailer, I'm talking about anywhere between 2 minutes to 3 minutes long, is if a show like Entertainment Tonight, which is, a movie and entertainment television show, is if they give you a sneak peek on their show, within their show, as part of their actual programming, not during the commercial ad spaces. That's why we got movie trailers, and then we got TV spots. So what we saw was an extended TV spot, not a trailer. The final trailer is coming out in late April to mid-May. So thank you for hearing me out. I would just like to clear up this confusion and drop a little bit of knowledge for you guys. I am a movie buff, and therefore I do know about these things. And you can call it whatever you want. If you want to call it a trailer, call it a trailer. But actually, it's an extended TV spot, and then we're getting a trailer later on, which will show up when you watch movies on a big screen, and also it'll show up online. Anyways, thank you for your time. Thank you for hearing me out. And I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think of the mini Dinobots? Let me know in the comment section below, because I'm not a big fan of them so far. This is my first disappointment based on what I see. It's not really going to affect me because, as long as they don't play a small part in the film, then I'm going to be fine. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this episode. Stay tuned for my next episode. We're going to talk a little bit more about what we saw, because there's still a few more specific details that I want to get into. Anyways, as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. And getting into lots of trouble. I think there's a sense of innocence in that. That reminds me of the very